Hello, Revere, and welcome to the September show of the Revere Senior News. We have two directors, Mr. Steve Fielding of the Senior Center in Revere and Ms. Ellen Conti of Vox Life. Steve, we're going to start off with you first because you have some important news to bring us up to date.
Yep. First of all, I just want to welcome Ellen to the show. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Steve
Yep.
and Morris.
Thank you.
So we'll get right to you in a minute, but I have Senior Center news and information. I have some key dates that I just want to go over. The most important thing is the Bocce Bowl. This is the Bocce Bowl that will be taking place on September 8th at Vogue Park in Chelsea. It's a Saturday, 9:30. And what that is Revere seniors versus Chelsea seniors in bocce. Last year was our first tournament, and Vogue Park is located about 100 yards down the street from the Newbridge Cafe, and they have an outdoor bocce court. So if you want to come down and watch Revere seniors attempt to reclaim the trophy, come on down. So here's some key dates for us at the Senior Center. Obviously, Monday, September 3rd, the Senior Center is closed because it's Labor Day. September 4th is primary election day, so get out there and vote. Thursday, September 6th, Mary Alba is going to be 100 years old. Yep. And she's still working at City Hall. And she comes to the Senior Center 2 or 3 times a week. So at 11:30 on Thursday, September 6th, we have a lot of state officials and local officials coming down to present her with some citations. I mentioned the Bocce Bowl, September 8th, which is a Saturday. For the seniors who participate in the auction, like you, Morris, you fill out all your puzzles, word games, all that stuff. By submitting those things to Camille, you accumulate funny money, and you use that for the auction to bid on various things that she buys in local stores. It's always a fun time, right?
Yep.
So that's September 11th. September 12th, and this is a presentation at night at 6 o'clock. Turning 65, Medicare information. We can only take 10 people. It's already full. But if you are interested and you want to go on a waiting list, all you have to do is call the Senior Center at 781-286-8156. Thursday, September 20th. You know what date that is, Morris?
Yep. The Golden Gala.
The Golden Gala, Ellen. We're going to have a golden time.
Nice.
Yep. It's a senior dinner dance. It's $10 a person. I think we have like 10 tickets left. We're also taking a waiting list for that. We're going to have Alan LaBella as our interactive DJ. We're going to have an Italian buffet by Domeno's. It's going to take place at St. Anthony's Church, and that's from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. so that seniors will get home before they turn into a pumpkin. And the last thing I just want to mention is, as every month at the Senior Center, we have a special monthly luncheon. September 27th, we have the Singing Grandpops. These guys are great, right, Morris? They sing, they lip sing, and they come in suits, black suits, red ties, white shirts, red on the lapel, and there's probably about 30 of them. And they sing all kinds of songs that the seniors can participate and sing with them. So that's a fun time. So those are the key things, the key dates at the Senior Center. Just a couple of quick notes. Let's see. Monthly hearing program with Mary Marino. Thursday, September 20th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Chair massage with Barbara McDonald, September 10th, 9:30. Monthly podiatry clinic with Dr. Kaplan, September 5th. That's a Wednesday, always the first Wednesday of the month. And as you all know out there, we have a SHINE counselor. SHINE stands for Serving the Health Insurance Needs of Everyone, and our SHINE counselor is Barry Levesky, and she is at the Senior Center every Monday, but you have to call ahead for appointments. She only takes 4 appointments every Monday. So in the interest of time and all the products that Ellen brought with her to talk about, I'm going to wrap the senior information news up, and we'll go right to some questions.
Right now, Ellen, E-L-L-E-N.
Correct.
Ellen, okay. You represent Vox Life as the director, and you get a whole load of products. So the first one I'd like to start off with is the insoles. So you could explain to the people and show them exactly what they are.
Okay, thank you. What I'd first like to say is that basically what you see here is socks, insoles, and some patches. But if before I get into my products, would it be okay if I just explain a little bit about
Right.
the technology?
And also give us a little history of the company that you
Sure.
represent.
So Vox Life is a Canadian-based direct marketing company. We're actually wearable neurotech. So our technology is in the bottom of our insoles. So as Morris was just saying, this is one of our insoles. I'll get to the other products after. But it's really all about our technology. So if you can see this pattern that's imprinted on the bottom of the insole, that is the magic. Our technology, the minute it comes into contact with the ball of your foot because of the mechanoreceptors and the neuropoints in the ball of your foot, puts your body or your brain into homeostasis.
Does that go in your shoe, Helen?
So this would go in your shoe or in your a work boot. This, because it's a little thick, it's very, very comfortable. It goes nicely in a sneaker, nicely in more of an industrial type shoe. We just released a thinner insole that goes into dress shoes. So this is actually a man's called the Bellow insole. Again, it's got that, I don't know if you can actually see it because it's white, but it's got that same imprint and pattern.
Yep.
So this would go inside. So what we do usually recommend is if your insole comes out of your shoe that you actually replace our insole with it. Some dress shoes, the insole does not come out, but this is nice and thin. So this would fit in a men's dress shoe, or we have women's as well. So it would fit into a women's heel, women's sandals. But again, it's all about the technology. So we're not a sock and insole company.
Question for you on this. Is the size insole that you put in the shoe, is that a little smaller than the size shoe?
So we have two different sizes, and they're trimmed to fit. So
Or you can cut them?
yes, they can all be cut. We have different styles, and the only thing that you can't do is cut into the actual
Okay, right.
technology. As long as the technology is not destroyed or damaged, it works. So we usually recommend, if you can take your existing insole out, that you trace it so that you get a perfect fit.
Great.
So basically, those are receptors. That's what they call receptors, right?
So in the bottom of our foot, we have neuropoints or mechanoreceptors on the ball of the foot, like over 7,000 or something.
Okay.
A lot of neuroreceptors. So when this proprietary pattern that our inventor, Mr. Jay Dhaliwal, invented, he spent 10 years and his own money inventing this for his mom who had MS. So his passion was to try and help his mother, who has been in a wheelchair since he was 13 years old. She still is in a wheelchair, but there are many, many quality of life changes that have helped her. So transfers have become easier for her. She can do some things that she was unable to do before. So again, it's about the technology putting your central nervous system or your brain into homeostasis or equilibrium. So every person that has this technology on their body, whether it's through the sock, the insole, or I'll talk about our patches, is instantly more stable and better balanced and gets an increased range of motion. So all of those things are very helpful, especially with people with MS, Parkinson's disease, and the elderly in general. But everybody can benefit. Athletes can benefit. I don't go a day without the technology anymore since I've learned how good it is as far as putting your brain into a better space.
Do they help you stimulate your nerves in your foot too, these, when you put these in?
So it's hard to say. So for every single person, it is improving the optimizing your central nervous system. So your central nervous system, and I was just at a conference 2 weeks ago in Toronto. It was our first training conference. And there are several doctors there that are doing a lot of researching. They're doing a lot of research with brain mapping, and they're finding that every single person that they test and put a brain map to is getting results. So whether it be, the brain is just in a better state of mind. So if your central nervous system is functioning at a more optimal level, everything else is going to function better. So that's why some people we do see decreased in swelling because their circulation may be running better because their brain is more optimized from having the technology on.
That's great, Ellen. Now, if people wanted to contact you, how would they do that? With the phone or email or?
So I have my website, which I believe is up on the screen. We
Right.
also, so you can go directly to my website, but I love to meet with people one-on-one because to
Do you
show.
have a phone number though?
Yep, my phone number is up there. It's 617-719-1095. You can phone me or text me, and I we'll return your calls. I love to meet with people one-on-one because to show you is very important.
Now, Ellen has been to the Senior Center twice, and she got a fantastic response.
Yes.
And we saw instantaneous results. I don't know if you were there that day, Morris, but there were a couple of people who had serious balance issues, stability problems, and Ellen comes and she allowed them to try on the soles or step on the soles.
Yes.
And basically, why don't you tell us what that test did for them?
So when I have somebody, I test them with and without standing on the soles, and we have just a balance test, which is a lateral balance test, and then we have a dynamic test, which is a very simple demonstration that I can do. So I do the demonstration without the standing on the insoles, and then I have someone stand on them and show them the difference in their balance and stability. And it's instant. Within 7 seconds, your brain, it goes right from your foot to your brain.
Right. Now, before we went on the air, I mentioned to you that these have heels, but you also said you have some that do not have a heel in the back here.
Yes, so that's the thinner one that I was showing you.
Oh.
So that's a much
And
thinner
that would be,
insole.
where would that be used instead of this, for example?
In more of a dress shoe, or just for comfort if you didn't
Oh.
want the thickness, or
Oh, I
more of
see.
a summer type shoe. Yes,
So you have different types of socks as well.
yes we do.
So why don't you tell us a little about the different types of socks that you have?
So we have socks that are called our athletic line, which this is one of our athletic line socks. This is called a mini crew, so it comes a little above the ankle. But we have no-shows that come down, right below the ankle. Then we have crews that come all the way up, and then we also have the knee-high that comes all the way up to your knee. Our knee-high is compression. It is not medical-grade compression. It's one grade below medical compression. But again, all of them have this proprietary pattern. So it's all about the pattern in the bottom of the sock or the insole. This is our wellness sock. This is a very, very comfortable sock. Has no compression in it at all. So a lot of elderly love this sock for comfort, as well as, say, a diabetic doesn't want the restriction, so this has a lot of give to it. They come in all different colors. I mean, we've even come out with some really fun colors now, but they come in different colors, only the crew length and the wellness. One of our newest socks is the one with the treads. This is called Vox Tread. So we found that, when people are in their home and want to take their shoes off, we wanted to do something to help them reduce their risk of falling. So this is just sort of like a hospital sock that has the treads on the bottom.
Right, that's what we get at the VA, similar with
Yes.
that. They have to non-slip.
The non-slip.
Right.
So we have a study that,
That's what we have right here.
our study shows that with our technology on, you're 8 times less likely to fall. So we can't promise people, obviously, that you're never going to fall, but 8 times less likely if you have our technology on. So that's huge for the elderly population.
Right.
So let me ask you this. I know you've been working for the company for a couple of years at least, right?
A little over a year and a half. They've only been in existence. They turned 2 years old in June in Canada, and in the U.S. Will be 2, I believe, in October. So
Because it's a very innovative technology company, they're always researching new products.
yes.
And one of them is what you have on your arm and what you have right here, right? That's a good
Yes.
segue, right?
Yes.
One of your new products that you went on the air with is called the Neuro Patch.
A neuro patch, right.
And exactly what is the Neuro Patch?
So the neuro patch actually was designed and invented by our founder because there were many people that depend on our technology 24/7 for all various reasons. I didn't mention pain management, but many, many people get results from pain management. We have over 95% success rate with foot pain in general. So whether it be plantar fasciitis or heel spurs or bunions, we're not curing anybody, but we're helping to lower the level of pain. So again, from studies that we've done, we have unbelievable results with foot pain, but not just foot pain, meaning people with arthritis, people with sciatica, again, it's everybody's different.
Right.
But this does the exact same thing.
So that would replace, maybe I'm wrong, but would that replace like taking medication maybe and help relieve, not to take as much if you had one of them?
So again, like there are many people who have been able to reduce the amount of medication they take for pain. So again, we're not prescribing, we're not doctors, we're not curing. But if your pain level decreases, there are many people that take less pain medication
That's
by
good.
wearing our technology.
Yep.
So the neural patch was designed because so many people that actually truly depend on the product for their daily life, especially, again, MS, Parkinson's, elderly, diabetics. We have a huge success rate with diabetic neuropathy.
Right.
And that being said, a lot of cancer survivors get neuropathy from chemotherapy. So I have a very large following of cancer survivors as well, because the last thing they want to do is take more drugs, right? So if they can get some relief from their neuropathy by putting on a sock, an insole, or a patch. But many people were, frustrated in the summertime with summer activities, going to the beach, going out on the boat, and you don't want a shoe or a sock on.
Right.
So he developed this neuro patch that does the exact same thing as far as putting the body into homeostasis or putting you into equilibrium.
Okay.
It is designed to be worn inside dominant arm.
Okay.
Your dominant arm, because your brain actually recognizes that first, because that's what we use all the time. So just in between dominant arm, once it's worn there for 24 hours, your brain will recognize it if you want to place it somewhere else. So if you were getting all dressed up one night and you didn't want it to be seen, you could put it on your back. This is the recommended spot, but you could move it if you wanted to.
What's the
move it.
time frame on the lifespan of that
So
one
the
patch?
lifespan of the one patch is really designed for 24-hour use, so like a one-day contact
Okay.
lens. So it's not really going to replace the socks and insoles on an everyday basis, because that would get costly. But when you truly don't want a sock or an insole on, this is a perfect solution.
Has anyone asked if you could wear it in conjunction with a pair of socks?
You can wear everything together.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
They don't say you're going to get double the benefit or triple the benefit, but you can wear more than one. And interestingly enough, when I was just at the conference, there were many people there that shared their stories. And some people find that they just get a better result from the insoles, and some people say they find they get a better result from a sock, and other people are absolutely loving our patch.
So Ellen, in all these products that you have talked about and what you have brought as samples, is there a preference that people have for one over another? Are there more sales as a result of people liking this sock versus the athletic sock or whatever?
Not necessarily. It just depends on the person. So I definitely would say that the elderly population tends to go more towards my wellness line. And, nowadays people love that, especially in the summer, the no-show sock. But then again, people in construction like a crew because they want it to come above their boot. So it's really just personal preference, and the same thing as far as the insoles, the type of shoe that you wear. So again, it's really all about the technology and just personal preference on the styles.
One of the seniors, Morris, asked me when they knew that Ellen was going to be on the show is, with winter coming and I have neuropathy, so I'm always cold and my feet are sore, can I wear this sock underneath a regular pair of socks?
Absolutely.
Is that a common question that you have?
Yes, it is. And interestingly enough, you could wear this sock. It does not have to touch your skin. So you could actually wear a sock over this, or you could wear this sock underneath, however you're more comfortable. And I demonstrate that to people all the time. So
Right. Now, I have a question with you talking on socks. On the computer, Vox Life has a Sock of the Month club. Exactly what is that? I mean,
So
every month you change the socks?
unfortunately, that is no longer, because it did not get a good response.
Oh.
So although it's still on the computer,
Right.
it was not a good response. But it was more about the people sharing it would every month get some new socks. So you would sign up for the Sock of the Month club and you would get 2 socks each month.
Besides the things we talked about, is Vox Life looking for anything to improve beside the insoles, the socks, and the neural patch?
They are continuously doing more and more research and coming out with new products. So when we first started, all we had was this insole, and it comes in a couple of different styles, but just this insole. once he developed the insole, then he went to socks, and we keep coming out with all new styles of socks. We'll be coming out with a hiking sock in the fall, and we come out with holiday socks. But so they continue to develop new patterns and new styles of socks, depending. And this is also brand new, these insoles, and the patches are brand new. So we will continue to do more and more research and come out with new products.
Right, I'd like to ask you about the compression socks.
Sure.
Because different types of compressions for diabetics or for people that have cancer. But when they're compression socks, the word compression, doesn't that stop your blood circulation?
So we don't usually recommend compression for diabetics. Personally, we don't. That's our wellness sock. So if your doctor recommends something, again, you could actually wear our socks over or under your existing socks. I do have people that have special wraps on their legs prescribed by doctors. And we're not taking away anything that a doctor prescribes. Ours is really more about the technology and the comfort of what the consumer actually likes to wear for socks. So it's really all about our technology. But some people that want a compression sock, we do have that knee high, and it's got a nice amount of compression in it, but it's not medical grade.
I know Vox is a Canadian company, but they distribute all over the world too?
We do not. Right now, we are only in Canada and the United States.
That's it?
Yes, our mission is to go global, but we're only 2 years young. It takes time. It takes time
yeah.
to get your products in line. It takes time with all the ordering, and it just takes time. We definitely will get global, but it's going to take us time.
And I just want to let the people at home know that Ellen has been to the Senior Center a couple of times. We will have her again. We will advertise it, and it's a great thing because when she does come down, she usually comes down with a couple of other team members.
Yes.
And we set up a display area, and she brings a lot of products for people to be able to touch and to feel. She brings a lot of brochures, and with this new generation of products, I think we should have you down fairly soon because people may prefer to wear a patch as opposed to a sock.
Correct.
So it's a good thing.
Correct.
Right, Alan, now I have to ask you these. I get catalogs in the mail with socks too, but are they the difference between yours and the Vox Life that I get, for example, on some of these magazines?
So the major difference again is the technology. So we're actually a wearable neurotech company. So the socks and the insoles and the patches are just the vehicle to our technology. So I like to compare it to a pair of eyeglasses. So eyeglasses are held, your lens is held with your frames, correct?
Yep.
So the vehicle to hold that lens is your frame. The expensive part is usually the lens.
Right.
So basically, the technology is what is the important part. We make all these different designs for comfort, but it's really all about the technology being the vehicle to get it to your brain.
That's a great analogy. That way people can understand.
Also, when a lot of times when they say, I didn't find a big difference, and I say, well, how often did you wear the product? And they say, not very often. And I say, well, it's just like your eyeglasses. If you need eyeglasses every day, you have to wear them every day.
Right.
If you need this technology for your balance, stability, or for pain management, it needs to be on your body every day.
Right.
Many people sleep with them. My aunt, who's 85 years old, sleeps with them. It helps her with her leg cramps, her
Right.
restless leg, and her
Yep.
nighttime leg cramps. So many people do sleep with the product on as well.
So your aunt mentioned that, and I just want to mention that because you had told me this one time on Facebook. If you type in Vox Life testimonials, there you'll see a number of people who have been assisted by using this product.
Yes, it's a wonderful Facebook group that we have, and anybody is welcome to join it. You just go in and request to join Vox Life Testimonials, and anything you're really curious about, you can just put it into the search bar.
Yep.
And whether it be, again, neuropathy or
Right, you talked about the socks here, but do you also have the slip-ons, in other words, that don't have the ends, some of them, that have no ends?
on the toes, you mean?
Right,
Not yet.
okay. Well, what is the difference between those, let's say, and the full socks?
It's
Like-
just honestly, it's
Like this one here.
so that is probably just the one he's showing me has no toes on it,
Right.
just a compression sock.
That's all it is.
Yes.
Okay,
So again, ours is really more about the technology.
right. Well, we have 2.5 minutes. Steve, take about a minute, and then you take a minute.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for coming. It's been great having you.
Thank you.
Yep, and it's great having you at the Senior Center, and you will be coming down again, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Yep, and I just want to let people know out there that, you know, if you haven't been to the Senior Center, please come down. We'll give you a tour. There's a lot of activity going on. We have a lot of different events going on in addition to the programs and services that we offer. We offer a great transportation program and a meals program. If you are a senior that comes down, please refer us to others that don't. The worst thing a senior can do is be home alone, isolated in four walls. Companionship, camaraderie, socialization, it's so important. And you know, if you can't get there on your own, we do have a van service. So call the Senior Center at 781-286-8156. And we'll ensure that you either get a newsletter or we'll talk to you on the phone and tell you about it.
Right, thank you, Steve, and now you help. Take it.
Well, I also want to thank you, Morris, and you, Stephen, for allowing me to come and share Vox Life with the Revere community. I'm happy to meet with anybody. I love to go to homes because I love one-on-ones, as well as love going to the Senior Center. But if you have, want to get a small group together and I'll, have coffee or afternoon wine, I'm happy to come over and bring my products and demonstrate and just show everybody, how I can help. And I'm truly just passionate about helping people.
One more time, give me your phone number so they can contact you.
So my telephone number is 617-719-1095, and my website is there, voxlife.com/Ellen Conti. And I'm thrilled to be here.
Right, Helen, and I want to say thank you for coming. God bless you. God bless you, Steve.
Thank you.
God bless our troops, and God bless our great country, the United States of America. And thank you all for listening. Until the next time, we'll have some more great guests on.